recording now, big dog. You can do your intros and shit.
Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? Listen, you got your boy here, Laylo Let Off, man. Your boy Psyche K, aka Santo Marley. You know what I'm saying? We in the building, man. We about to bang out another reaction for y'all. Now listen, quick disclaimer really quick. We already watched this.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But we decided to watch it back, man, because we wasn't recording. So instead of acting fake, and you know what I'm saying, and going through it, we just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. We already watched it. We're gonna watch it again because we didn't get the footage for y'all. But you know what I'm saying, that's just how we come in real type energy.
Type shit. And make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down there. Let us know what you think about the games and what you want us to play and all of that good shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me know when you want me to play, big dog.
Oh wait, so this one is 10 upcoming superhero games you shouldn't miss. This video was dropped about 7 days ago. We want to try to stay up to date, man, and see what it's talking about.
All right, type shit. I'm finna run it.
Yeah.
Man, everybody's talking about superhero fatigue in the movie business, but over here in video game land, I don't think we're tired of the Caped Crusaders just yet. So today we got 10 upcoming superhero games that you shouldn't miss. We're sticking with the officially announced ones, but even with that, there are a few things you may have forgotten about. We got a lot of cool superhero stuff, so let's get started off with number 10. A pretty recently announced superhero game is a Blade video game. Yes, Marvel's Blade
like Fortnite
was announced during last year's Game Awards, just with a very small tease. It's Blade getting a haircut in France, gearing up to fight vampires. That's frankly all we know, other than that it's being developed by Arcane, specifically Arcane Leon.
Arcane did like League of Legends
between places and different teams, and with Arcane Leon, they are the folks that made Deathloop. So while yes, Arcane as a whole did have a miss pretty recently,
yeah, are you familiar with Deathloop?
Which I almost forgot about. At the very least, the studio as a whole are the people behind Deathloop, Prey, and of course the Dishonored games. But what we do know is that Marvel's Blade is actually going to be a narrative-driven, third-person action-adventure title. So if you don't know, all of Arcane's games have been first-person, almost kind of immersive sim-style games, like detailed, more nerdy first-person shooters. But Blade is definitely going to be a bit of a departure for them because they're going third-person. And you know what? I think that's pretty sweet. I
like third-person shooters.
Third-person games.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of the time, it feels like we end up getting.
So I like the idea of third-person too, because bro, do you remember back in the day, like the Matrix game?
Yeah, I do.
Like the Matrix games with the one where they had what's her name, bro? Jada Pinkett. We was playing her in one of them, like the Matrix games, and then we had like the Max Paynes and shit.
Yeah,
the Max Payne figures with like the bullet timing and all that, bro.
Yeah,
like those games was fire, bro. Like I don't know at what point when we got away from third person, but one thing's for sure, not every third person game look good though.
Yeah, true enough. I liked Divisions was a good one for me.
Divisions was a solid game.
Yeah, I even played I think it was a Tom Clancy Breaking Point or Breakpoint, which was a third person like stealthy shooter, and I enjoyed that one too. So
yeah, I think what it was like for the game developers, I think it was easier for them to create a world that looked more graphically friendly versus creating a character doing, graphic friendly shit.
Right, and you want to see your skins and shit on your character, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to see your skins. You can't really see them in first person unless you go to cutscenes, and you don't want it to be too cutscene heavy. So you want to see your cosmetics.
Right. Yep.
A game that would have been really cool in third person, but then it ends up in first person. I'm looking at something like Cyberpunk. I just want to see my character more, and a character as cool as Blade I want to see all the time. At least we got a good look at what he's got going on in the trailer. Like they showed a little bit of him, so there's something.
I like how they make him look.
Arcane's art style, but it looks absolutely sweet. We don't know when this one is coming out. It is still probably very much in the works. But the big question is, I wonder if we're going to see this before we actually see that Blade movie that Marvel's been working on forever. It seems like Bethesda and Arcane here have their act together much more than the MCU, believe it or not. Next up at number 9.
Yeah, because the MCU ain't got shit going on. So I'm gonna pause it after each segment. What you think about that?
I think Blade looks fire. Hey, but you know, we were saying last time, I do remember this, because I had made the comment. I said, I like how he doesn't look like, you know, the Blade that we seen in the movies, which was the Wesley Snipes, and you was breaking down game.
Oh yeah, on that fun fact.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you specifically the year, but Blade didn't always look like the Blade that we know him today, with the fade, tattoos, black leather jacket, you know what I'm saying, black shirt. He didn't always look like that. So I believe it was New Line Cinema when they first came out with the Blade movie, which saved the MCU. Wesley Snipes kind of created a Blade character, you know what I mean? So all of these things that we see Blade do, we can kind of attribute that to Wesley Snipes' rendition of the character. So I think it's cool that ever since Wesley Snipes portrayed him like that, that is the new standard for Blade. So every time we see him, he looks like that, which is something that Wesley Snipes created, and it saved the MCU and made him enough money to make the Avengers movies and shit of that nature. So I always thought that was a fun fact, and whenever they show Blade like wearing that get up, I think they should always give homage to Wesley for that character.
Agreed, and I just wanted to make sure you have the chance to say that again, because it was kind of ironic. I was saying, I'm glad they're not just doing what everybody's doing and following the Blade character, but here you are saying, like, well, technically, you know, that wasn't always the Blade character. That's something that, you know, Wesley Snipes himself created, and that's a new wave that they ran with from him.
Right.
So although they're keeping somewhat of that style, it doesn't look like Wesley Snipes, but it's still heavily
exactly.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like, they're still going with his style. Basically.
Yeah, you can still it's still inspired by the Wesley Snipes creation, even though he doesn't look like Wesley Snipes per se. He has the fade, he has the jacket, he has the pants. Like, you know, it's like a modern vampire slayer type thing. I don't even think the original Blade was a daywalker. It was something weird about it. Like, he wasn't a daywalker, or he wasn't a vampire. It was something. But yeah, they made a lot of changes to it. So shout out to Wesley Snipes, and they need to get that man his flowers.
Good word, straight like that.
Field last year was the announcement of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, unlike any we've had previously. This one is going to be
excited about this, nigga.
Ronin. The Last Ronin, if you don't know, is a bit of a different turn for TMNT. Like, it's from the original creators, but it's a little bit more of a downer. It's a little more thoughtful, more graphic novel, specifically because it's centered around one turtle in a kind of future crime-ridden New York City where
I wonder if this
the
is
rest
an
of the
Easter
turtles
egg.
are dead. They're out of the...
What part?
This part here. This just came to my attention. So you see the 4 candles burning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at when they get blown out.
Unlike any we've had previously. This one is going to be based on The Last Ronin. The Last Ronin, if you don't know, is a bit of a different turn for TMNT. Like, it's from the original creators, but it's a little bit more of a downer. It's a little more thoughtful, more graphic novel, specifically because it's
I wonder if that's an Easter egg.
Turtle in a kind of
that's fire, because I kind of understand what happened there, because I've read it.
The rest of the turtles are dead. They're out of the picture. It's a little vague as to which turtle this finally is, but he's out for revenge. And if you ask us, that idea, that concept, just makes for a really cool video.
Let me ask you real quick, who you think it is?
I think it's Leonardo.
Type shit.
Game, because there's probably so much we're going to be able to do with combat and adventuring around this kind of different New York City that you usually see the Ninja Turtles in. This is published by THQ Nordic and developed by Black Forest Games. Black Forest Games is a European studio. They've been around for many years now. More recently, they worked on Destroy All Humans and Destroy.
So hold on, going back to the Last Ronin. Are we still on Ronin? Is this still?
Yeah, this is still running. This is just the creators of it, the studios, I guess.
Okay, my bad. Let it run. Let it rock.
Humans 2 reprobed the remakes of the original game, which were pretty good. So this is definitely a THQ Nordic studio. But with them working on TMNT, The Last Ronin, they really get to do their own thing, and we're really excited to see what comes of this one. Next, over at number 8, we have Marvel 1943.
So I'm super excited about The Last Ronin, nigga. So if and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but for those who don't know, The Last Ronin is not your typical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, right? And I think he explained it a little bit in the video. It's kind of super dark. It touches on like schizophrenia, PTSD, things of that nature. And it's violent. It's a violent story. So I hope they keep that theme going and don't water it down, because The Last Ronin wasn't meant to be, I don't want to say kid friendly, but it wasn't meant to be like a heartwarming story. Like, it's a story about like revenge, you know. So I hope they keep that going.
I hope so too, bro. And I remember I can't remember how we had this conversation, but I remember you having a conversation with me about The Last Ronin before, and I think what happened is I sent you this game, and then I think you was like, "Hey, bro, do you know what the fuck this is?" And I was like, "I don't know, it looks like a dope ass Ninja Turtle game." And you was like, "Nah, B, like this is like, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
Like that shit." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I'm excited for that one too, bro.
Yeah, that's a take a day off for work game. Like, not too many games get to take a day off for work, but that one's snapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to watch too many reviews on it, bro, because what I can't stand is being excited for games, and then like the whole community of people just being like, "Is this shit, should you buy it or not?"
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah,
I try not to I watch a lot of reviews, and I do listen to the community on, you know, their pros and cons on games, but I try not to let too much of that influence me, because I could be a harsh critic, especially with shit like anime. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want niggas to take my opinion and be like, "Oh, I shouldn't watch this shit because he said it's ass." You might like this shit just because I think it's ass. So I try not to let niggas' opinions influence me on if I want to play the game or not, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
Rise of Hydra. This was shown a couple of years back, teased with a different title, but now it is a full-fledged thing, and we gotta look at it at a graphical showcase.
This is actually a hitter too,
highlighting just an absolutely gorgeous narrative-driven action-adventure game. That's all we really know about it gameplay-wise, but
the nigga Steve Rogers looks the same in every game and every movie.
A lot of the gameplay that we see here, apparently this is in engine, which I still think is too good to be true, but like, you have a real comic accurate Captain America in World War II going on missions and getting entangled with Black Panther, but this isn't T'Challa or T'Chaka, it's actually T'Challa's grandfather, Azuri. And so they're in occupied France in World War II.
That looks amazing.
With, like, Wakandan
really
spies
does.
and probably Hydra spies and intrigue, and I just really like what they have going on here. The presentation and stuff is cool, it's interesting, it feels different from Marvel stuff we've seen recently. This kind of straight up is reminding me of an Ed Brubaker comic, and that makes me happy. Oh, and also, like, I buried the lead here, but Amy Hennig is behind this game, the legendary game developer who spearheaded the Uncharted series, also Legacy of Kain, so she knows storytelling and cool stuff. So we're really excited to see what comes of this one. No release date.
Who you got, Black Panther or Captain America?
Come on, bro.
Who you got, my boy?
Black Panther, bro.
Why you say that?
I feel like I got to. But also, listen, I've never been a fan of Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not really like captivated by it. Like, his story's cool or whatever, but like, as far as like all the other stories in the MCU, or the the Marvel universe, bro. Mm-hmm. Period. Like, Captain America's not that story. The Black Panthers are dope to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially like just knowing that this is not, any of the recent Black Panthers. It's like an old school Black Panther. This is fire.
Yeah, his grandpops. Well, I do want to say, like, Captain America's no slouch. He's America's top cop type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's his job. Black Panther kind of has a more closed in or private job. It's not as public. He's there to really like protect Wakanda. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he has been an Avenger, and he's been other things as well.
Yeah.
But I do like Captain America. He has deep lore within the MCU. And like niggas be having to check in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know how niggas be like, oh, nigga, you come to California, you gotta check in. Like niggas gotta tap in with Cap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, they really do though.
Yeah, so
he's him.
yeah, he's got
for a
those
long
leadership
time.
qualities. Like he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest. You know what I'm saying? He don't got telekinetic powers or anything like that, but he does have the battle experience and he knows how to lead a team. Kind of sort of like Cyclops, you know.
And he's legendary, bro. He's outlived all these people.
Yeah, type shit. Even some immortal. So yeah. I personally give it to Black Panther as well, because even like comic book lore, I've seen Black Panther do more than Cap. But it's like I would say it's high diff.
Yeah, bro. Captain America's like a legend, kind of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a what's the word? Not a myth, but like he's just a legend. Like the story tells it.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But the nigga Black Panther had the gauntlet, nigga, the Infinity Gauntlet. And so yeah, tap in with that man.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't know that.
At least now we're starting to get a glimpse of what this project really is.
Yeah.
Number 7, we got something a bit different. It's called Capes. This is actually a turn-based superhero tactics game. You might be thinking, like, something
turn-based,
like
bro, in
recently,
2024.
This is a little bit different, both gameplay-wise, but also
I'm not jacking
what
this.
it is. You play as superheroes, but not licensed superheroes.
I would like it if it wasn't turn-based
type shit. You know, turn-based.
They are in a world
there was
been taken over by comic and.
So turn-based, I used to play Final Fantasy 7 on PlayStation 1. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was turn-based. I think it was like 3 or 4 discs in order to finish the whole game type shit. And it was turn-based and it was fun as fuck because that was the gameplay style for its time. Like, how else are you gonna do those battles? Like, same thing like Pokemon. I got an emulator. My son got it, like he stole it from me, and I play Pokemon on my emulator. It's like a Game Boy, you know, and it's turn-based. And that's what I expect from that, you know. But when they dropped Final Fantasy VII, the remake, it was not turn-based. Because how are you going to incorporate those fights and those abilities into a turn-based game like that? So I don't know, like, if they're doing something new or something unique. But, you know, just off the dribble, it sounds like it's going to be ass. Probably just with good cutscenes.
That was the main reason I never could get into Final Fantasy, was because of that turn-based shit.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. Oh, and also Spear. But at least for number 7, we got something a bit different. It's called Capes. This is actually a turn-based superhero tactics.
Speed past it.
You might be thinking like something like Midnight Suns recently, but this is a little bit different, both gameplay-wise, but also just what it is. You play as superheroes, but not licensed superheroes.
See, but I like the idea because I've watched Super Crooks, and Super Crooks is like something similar to the concept of this game.
Like been taken over by the villains. The villains have won. So you're playing as superheroes trying to take back their world. And with that, we've had like flashy character reveals and like a cinematic trailer, but also glimpses of gameplay. And it does look like it has the potential to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, let me download this on the Google Play Store, bro.
As I didn't like the card-based system, I thought the turn-based tactics works really well for superheroes because they all have so many different powers. So the potential is there for Capes to be pretty awesome. It's being published by Daedalic, but it's actually developed by Spitfire Interactive. And thankfully, we don't have to wait too much longer.
I'm not really familiar with Spitfire.
It's releasing May 29th, 2024. Next, over at number 6, we have Marvel's Iron Man. Yes, they're making an Iron Man game. You may have forgotten about this, but it was announced a few years back with EA and Motive behind the wheel.
I do too, but he kind of falls into that Captain America shit with me.
They did Star Wars.
Now you enter my realm. Who was it? Was it the Oracle? Someone, don't get me to quote, but they said not even the great Tony Stark could have predicted this, right? So
that was in a movie. That was
it was in one of the Marvel movies. Who was it that said that? Because I'm high, so my brain kind of. But you remember the quote?
It was somebody who mattered.
Yeah, you remembered the quote. So what we know Tony Stark for? Like, granted, we know Tony Stark is a really smart dude, but we know him for his Iron Man suit and the shit that he does in his Iron Man suit. But the reason why I respect Tony Stark is because he's somewhat prophetic. You know, he's not a telekinetic. He can't like read the future. He can't read your mind. But he's able to use the limited intelligence that he has to put patterns together to somewhat predict the future. So all of this shit that happens, like Tony Stark predicts it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Civil War, when they're beefing about like the mutant registration, and then like the Avengers had something similar to heroes had to register their powers and shit, and they start beefing. It's typically Captain America and Tony Stark on opposite sides, because Captain America's he's America's top cop, so he's gonna do whatever they tell him to do. Like, he's going to enforce it, whereas in Tony Stark thinks for himself, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes he doesn't agree with the bigwigs, you know. So right, now they have conflict. But Iron Man is one of the smartest. He's definitely top 8 smartest niggas in the Marvel universe, definitely.
Yeah, so when you ask me about some of these characters, bro, that's in the MU, you already know my history with Marvel comics. It's not that. So for all the listeners and shit, just consider my opinion null and void when it comes to anything disheartening to maybe one of your favorite MCU characters or MU characters, anything like that.
Right, no doubt. I think I lost our place. Hold on, here we go.
Yeah.
Cool. But as of right now, that's all we've got. We're probably going to be waiting a while for this one. Next over number 5, that's all review remake. That's back with EA and Motive behind the wheel. Motive, of course, is the EA studio that's been doing good stuff. They did Star Wars Squadrons, they did the Dead Space remake.
I heard that Squadrons,
and now they're on an Iron Man game. We haven't really seen anything of it other than like a reveal image of Iron Man himself, and he looks really cool. But as of right now, that's all we've got. We're probably going to be waiting a while for this one.
They talking about he look really cool.
Next,
and niggas just look like Iron Man.
We have the long in the works, The Wolf Among Us 2. This follow-up to one of my favorite Telltale games has been so long in the works, you know, with original Telltale as a sequel, then the newer reformed Telltale from the ashes of the old one, and that new Telltale has suffered some layoffs, leading to a lot of people just wondering what's going on with the project. We hadn't seen or heard anything much from it until just recently, where they released a new batch of screenshots. So thankfully, the game does still apparently exist. It's continuing the
I like The Wolf Among Us. I'm not a huge, I haven't really got into it, but from what I have got into, I fucks with The Wolf Among Us.
The original. It is so awesome. It's a great adaptation of Fables, you know, the graphic or comic series that it's based on. But I think it's one of Telltale's best things, and still kind of a little underrated. I know everybody loves that original Telltale Walking Dead season, but The Wolf Among Us just hits different. It's weird and cool, and I recommend it to any comic book fan. While the characters necessarily aren't superheroes, I still think it just fits perfectly in this list, so leave me alone.
Right, they're just doing what you want.
Break free from 3 Too bad we ain't getting paid for these.
Type shit.
Before we have the
holla at us, let us know. Y'all want to put some ass on here.
Right now, that's all we really know. You may have forgotten about this one. It was announced quite a few years ago, but this is a Wonder Woman DC game.
I like Wonder Woman.
Monolith Productions. Yeah. The people behind Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor.
Another
fantastic production years ago. And it's kind of a cool fit.
I be losing my love.
We haven't really.
Now, another thing that a lot of people might not know about Wonder Woman, she's one of DC's top hitters. And a lot of people try to leave her out when you're talking about OP niggas from DC. You know, your Superman, your Flash, you know what I'm saying? What's the, your... Not scaling to like Dr. Manhattan, but like Superman, Flash, she can contend with fighting niggas like Darkseid, Doomsday, niggas of that nature. So she's really a contender for Superman because she also uses magic, and that's one of Superman's vulnerabilities, and she can also throw the hands with that nigga. It's been instances where she's actually beaten him, so I don't think people put respect on Diana's name like they should. Even though those movies were trash, I'm glad she's getting some kind of credit for at least a game.
And you know what I've been noticing about her too is that it seems like no matter what, like when they try to put her in a video game or if they try to put her in movies, whatever production she's a part of ends up being ass. So so you haven't really seen too much good Wonder Woman as of lately.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that, like, when I seen this, I was kind of like, You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, at least in this game, especially if it's a solo-driven game for her, right? Like she's she's the protagonist. So like, hopefully they do her justice.
Yeah, hopefully they do, because I really want to see some good Wonder Woman content out there. They be taking a real big shit on her. We gonna get into something else. She might be on something else on this list.
Seen much from this other than a reveal trailer that shows off a Diana, a Wonder Woman, and that you are going to be fighting to unite two worlds. So I assume like the world of the Amazons and then also just the real world. We also know that it is an open world action adventure game. That's how it was billed from the horse's mouth directly.
Open world adventure is crazy.
Are they going to use the Nemesis system like from Shadow of Mordor? We don't know.
I'm still a fan of open world shit.
I'd be curious to see how they'd implement that.
Me too.
I do think there is some pressure on this one with Warner Brothers games specifically having a couple of misfires lately with DC properties like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and for some people, Gotham Knights. They really need that next big thing, that next real good, potent hit. I mean, other than Hogwarts Legacy, which was a massive hit, but that's not a comic book thing. The Warner Brothers games, like, they need something like an Arkham again, something like that. Maybe Wonder Woman can kick something off.
Graphic novel game.
We're just spitballing here, but we're hoping we hear something from this one soon. Now down at number 3, we have Marvel Rivals. This is a hero shooter. It's a multiplayer.
Oh, this is the one, nigga.
You got any expectations for that?
For this or for Wonder Woman?
For Wonder Woman.
No, I just hope they do it justice, man. One thing that they said that caught my attention was the open world, and I mean, so I kind of understand from people on both sides when they say like open world is becoming a thing of the past and shit, but like truth be told, bro, open world has delivered some of the best games, period, bro. Like, and the reason why people don't really understand is that open world, what it does, it allows you to become more one with your character. So like, cause you know, even when you watch a movie or you play a game that's super linear, you only see what the game allows you to see, or you only see what the movie allows you to see. But in these open world scenarios, you know that you went over here looking for this, and you went over there looking for that, and you ran into this and this person and that person, and you leveled up this part of your character or whatever, doing this side mission or whatever. So you are more one with your character. So when you finally beat it, you know exactly what it took,
right,
to get your character to this level of monstrosity and beat this motherfucking game.
Right.
And so I love open world for that. But they have to do it right. Not every open world has to be super, you know, super open to exploring and shit like that. It doesn't have to be that, but you know, have some of it in there. Allow there to be ways where you can make your character unique in an open world setting, opposed to, you know, my next door neighbor's Wonder Woman, if you will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right. But yeah, open world doesn't have to be super complex, but allow me to be one with my character.
Yeah, I get it, and I kind of just want to piggyback off that. Pause. The niggas that in open world, nobody's experience is going to be exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? When I'm playing GTA and you're playing GTA, when the shit first dropped, our experience isn't going to be the same because we're doing different shit at different times. Like, you know what I'm saying, Elden Ring and things like that. We're leveling up different parts. We might even have a totally different build type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we might not even be able to interact with the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's experience is unique. In a lot of open world games, even Horizons, like, you know what I'm saying, Horizons Forbidden West, it's unique because it's not a linear storyline. Like, you know what I'm saying, you can complete it how you want to complete it. So I always thought that was cool rather than just telling me what to do, you know.
Yeah, and that's what makes it dope, because I always like the idea of being unique. I never wanted to go to school with the same shoes that everybody has on or the same hat that everybody has on. So in the game, if I can have a different experience, but everybody's playing the same game, but I can have like a slightly different experience than everybody and say how I beat this beast while everybody else was struggling to beat it or beat it a different way, and I just went and did this and that. I mean, that's fire to me.
Yeah, I fucks with it.
Player team-based PvP thing. It's a collaboration between Marvel and NetEase.
Hold on, let's
so
start
some
this
of you
over.
might see this and roll your eye. This is a hero shooter. It's a multiplayer, team-based PvP
I remember this
thing. It's a collaboration between Marvel and NetEase. So some of you might see
video
this
is full of
and
bangers.
roll your eyes, but I actually think it's a really good idea, especially with how Blizzard has really
that look
floundered with Overwatch 2.
What did he just say? Blizzard's really floundered with Overwatch 2?
Really feel like it's floundered.
Oh yeah.
Really good idea.
Well, in the last video, we said it before he said it though.
Floundered.
Yeah, I didn't even hear him say that.
People are looking for something else, so it doesn't really feel like it's just a Me Too copycat game because they're copycatting is kind of using Steam. So here you get Marvel heroes.
Where my goddamn mouse thing at? I'm a major Overwatch nigga. I've been playing Overwatch since the second season of Overwatch 1. My nigga, when Mercy had a team res, it wasn't just a single res, it was a fucking team res where she could res the entire team. Crazy OP. Symmetra has 6 turrets. My nigga, she's locking crazy shit down. You know what I'm saying? Her beam used to follow you. It wasn't like a straight beam like it is now. That shit used to follow you indoors and behind corners and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, and I've been playing since that Overwatch to the current season in Overwatch 2, and it's not the same. A lot of niggas been jumping ship. It's crazy toxic. The game is toxic as fuck. So a lot of people are looking for other games. Nigga, I moved to Apex. Like, I still play Overwatch, but I play Apex more, you know. So a lot of people are trying to get back into that Overwatch mode, if you will.
Overwatch is such a good concept though, but I like looking at this, bro. I will play this day one. 100%.
Yeah,
this shit looks tight.
It does. Looks like Overwatch.
In big arenas, we've seen some environmental destruction and just some cool character designs. Nice little shake-ups on Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and the gang, as well as Galactus' daughter
Reaper
being featured, which is like a newer comic thing. But to see it implemented here is kind of interesting.
This is tight though. This shit look tight.
And how much is
just
that's like
Rocket
online game. I don't know for sure, but Marvel Rivals might be something for some people addicted to hero shooters, and we know it's getting a closed
Sigma
in May, I believe. So this project is probably pretty far along.
That's Galactus' starter.
Soon.
I need to.
Now coming down to number 2, you may have.
I need to get a release date for that.
Yeah, we need to find release dates on these. What we need to do is, when we get done recording this, bro, we're gonna write down. So once we get done reacting to we'll put out a video, bro, of all the games that we're looking forward to dropping, and kind of dive into more content on those too.
Type shit.
Yeah.
It's this, but there is an Invincible game in the works.
Invincible is my shit, bro. I also read.
Now Amazon television show that's very popular.
I also read. Damn, that's crazy.
Looking for something else. Now coming down to number 2, you may have.
Now I also read Invincible, bro. Right.
I don't know nothing about Invincible.
Yeah, I know I sound like a crazy big nerd on here with how much shit I've read, but I've also read Invincible. Hands down, one of the best comic books that I've ever read, nigga. I'm talking Marvel, I'm talking DC, I'm talking Dark Horse. DC or Invincible is an Image comic, it's Image, but it's so much better than a lot of other shit because it doesn't spare your feelings. If they fuck this up with especially how good Invincible the animated series is, it's gonna be a huge black eye to the IP itself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's known for how good it is and how graphic it is. If they fuck it up, it might even fuck up the ratings.
Yeah.
You've missed this, but there is an Invincible game in the works. Yes, Robert Kirkman's famous comic, now Amazon television show that's very popular. It's been blowing up for a while now. It's gotten a lot of things, but now it's getting a AAA video game experience.
AAA is crazy.
Announced by Skybound, the publishers, and we don't really know too much about it, to be honest. I mean, like, we've gotten Invincible mobile games. Adam Eve actually got like a visual novel spin-off that was just interesting, but this is going for just like you playing as Mark, being invincible, doing the whole thing. Skybound has said that it is going to be focused around action. There is going
and I wonder
to be
what storyline they're going to follow.
Featured in his part of the the appeal. But that's all we really know as of right now. Apparently they've been working on this for a minute, and we're really looking forward.
They got a good 700,000. You can make a decent game with that.
Invincible and the world and the characters, even if it isn't focused around Mark, there's just a lot of cool stuff there. A lot of stuff they can work with these worlds, the villains, everything. There's a lot of potential for this one, so I'd say remember this one. Keep your eye on it. It doesn't have like a title or a release date or anything yet, but it's out there.
Yeah, I need some of that.
I just got paid $60,000.
I need some of that.
Wow, at the end of the video, this is crazy.
That's crazy.
You agree that the previous ad? What?
I don't agree nothing.
We have Marvel's Wolverine, or as a lot of people have been calling it, Insomniac's Wolverine. This is a big deal because it is the next collaboration.
So what'd you say about
games,
Wolverine? The first time we seen it, you said every time you see this nigga being introduced, he's always in a bar with his back turned drinking.
Bruh, this nigga is always in a bar with his back turned, nigga drinking some shit, bro. If I had $1,
same hat, same shirt, nigga.
Yeah, bro. This nigga was introduced to so many of them old Sony X-Men movies like this, video games like this, and then he had a movie of his own that started just like this.
Did Logan start like this?
I think it did, bro. I'm pretty sure he was in a bar by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling you, bro. Or if it didn't start like this, there was a scene that was just like this. Yeah. And he ended up having to fuck somebody up or something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember it because I remember this scene as well. It's like Naruto swing, nigga. I remember it.
Right.
The Sony studio. And Marvel, of course, they hit it really big making the Spider-Man games. 2018 Spider-Man, then
Spider-Man's went crazy.
And then more recently Spider-Man 2. But now they're changing directions towards a Wolverine game. Unfortunately,
rightfully so. I think they should.
Ransomware attack.
Yeah, Spider-Man's getting played out.
Was put out on the internet, and so people have been able to get little glimpses of this game as a work in progress, and it kind of confirms what we did know about it. It's going to be a third-person action adventure game where you're playing as Logan.
I hope it don't look like that.
What I'm really curious to see is like how far they push the gore, but also the storytelling. What are they going for here with this Wolverine? They have a way to really present a new Wolverine to the mainstream public, just like EA with the Iron Man game. Everybody knows Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Not a lot of people know the Tony Stark comic Iron Man.
Right.
And everybody knows Hugh Jackman Wolverine, but not everybody knows the comic book or cartoon Wolverine.
Right.
So Insomniac can really do something a little different here, and hopefully just make it a lot of fun.
I like the blue hair Wolverine.
As a kid who loved Wolverine,
yeah, that's the original Logan. He punching Cyclops in the stomach and shit.
I'm sure
he was trying to fuck over Jean Grey.
And believe it or not, I also got a bonus game for you, one that we couldn't squeeze in the main list. It's the just announced Batman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shadow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Set in the
Look at that
VR shit.
It's not developed by
them graphics is wild.
It is a VR exclusive. It's from Camouflage, the
Man,
developers
look at
of the
that. My
Iron
nigga
Man
Batman,
game,
bro.
We did it before you.
Hey, beat your favorite hero ass, nigga.
Decent game. So we're curious to see what they can do with Batman. Batman's last VR game was pretty awesome too. So yeah, it's not a full-fledged Arkham game
Batman
that we all want, but this
Superman,
could be
however he did
a cool
it.
experience.
Bro, not only can Batman be Superman, he can beat the Flash. Hey, niggas is gonna kill me in the comments and shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but he got contingency plans for all of these niggas, bro. He do. It ain't just like he's a slouch. He got contingency plans for every single one of these niggas. Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter. Nigga, stop fucking playing with Batman, bro. Stop playing with him.
Yeah. No, Batman's really him.
Details are still slight, but we're probably talking about it more soon. So those are 10 upcoming superhero games that you shouldn't miss.
Tight shit. What you think about all those, fella?
So, yo, shout out to this video. And what's this guy's name again?
Hold up.
I'm making these videos.
Gamer Ranks, actually. It says it right here on the screen. Click to subscribe. Go check my man's out.
Does it say it on the screen? Yeah. Oh, Gamer Ranks, yeah. Yeah, no, this video was fire. And you know what I like about him? Our first watch. It seems like he knows his games.
Yeah.
And he knows what's gonna get the people going. Excuse me, I gotta go. My bad. But yeah. So, because everything that he put on here was a banger.
Right.
Everything, even if you want to like that superhero game with the turn based and shit, like like, yeah, it's turn based or whatever, but the concept, like, he put it in there because it had potential.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was entertained throughout this whole video, and this is the second time we watched it, and I was still entertained.
Right,
So
second go around. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to him, and shout out to y'all for fucking with us.
Yeah, man. So like I said in the middle of the video, at some point, what we'll do is we'll have some dialogue, and we'll see what games we're interested in that's coming out. Make a little list or whatever, and we'll kind of dive deeper into some content about those games and try to help with the promotion, if you will, and you know what I'm saying, get you and other people ready to go for these bad boys.
Right. You got any socials you trying to drop?
Yeah. So listen, outside of this channel, you got the Laylo Let Off everything else, man. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, YouTube, got a solo YouTube channel, a lot of gaming on there. That's a lie. It's not a lot of gaming, but it will be. Yeah, that's where you can find me at. Everything Laylo Let Off.
Yeah, and you can check me out at the Rebellion 5. I got the merch. Make sure you tap in if you're trying to get some of this merch right here. It's in the camera. So YouTube at the rebellion5.com. Santo Marley Gaming. I got Firestyle Games. Yeah, so check me out. Twitter, Big Psyche K, Rebellion 5, All True Gaming.
All right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate y'all time, man. We hope y'all have a wonderful day night.
Yeah, and make sure you drop a comment and drop a like and subscribe, or your mama's a bitch.
I'm going God mode. I'm getting stronger, but these niggas make it easy to kill 'em. I'm going God mode.